On the island of Terceira, 4 of the main areas where conflicting materials can be observed are still waiting for scientific definitions. Within the northwest limits of the village of
Serreta,
as part of an area of forests, there are 2 or 3 square kilometers of mysterious ruins of constructions, standing on a sterile terrain, covered with trees which impair clear view of the settlement. Some sort of roads cross the entire area. The general view is of a chaotic effect, due to the fact that the nature of these constructions is not clearly defined, at least in a familiar design. But the amount of them, as well as the volume of work involved in transporting and placing heavy rocks and walls, without a clear purpose, turned the entire area into a confusing enigma. The Phoenician Sanctuaries, a group of structures excavated on the rock, found in
Monte Brazil,
were recently identified as probable sanctuaries. The Phoenician goddess Astarte was passed to Carthage, under the designation of Tanit, preserving some of her attributes, such as fertility, pleasure, beauty. Tanit is represented by a complex symbol which reveals the magnitude of the vast religious paradigm involved. Water has always been one of the representative elements of the fertile side of the divinity. Many of its rituals demanded this symbolic example. Due to this, humid and moist places, with natural fountains were preferred on the selection for the sanctuary. They believed God only reveals himself close to the water. Hidden in a geological formation of enormous rocks, now covered with vegetation which emerged from a special eruption and running from the edge of the northern limit of the city of Angra, to about 4 kilometers towards the center of the island, stands the archaeological site of
Grota do Medo.
In a dense concentration of about 200 square meters lies a conjunct of stones. The site contains remains from occupations chronologically differentiated, which could be compared to the Megalithic culture.
São Brás.
Cartruts, profound fissures left in the hard basalt of the Azores, have been seen as marks left by the continuous passage of heavy vehicles with wooden wheels protected with iron. This kind of erosion would take a long time to develop, and historians refer to them since the 16th century, as being part of mysterious constructions. Historically inexplicable. In Terceira Island, in Santa Barbara village, the ruts cross a creek, coming out from underneath an old wall. This markings must have been there for centuries. The staggering differences found between monuments in
Serreta, Monte Brazil, Grota do Medo, São Brás,
as well as the menhir strip in
Serra do Cume,
compared to the known architectural shapes of Portuguese and Spanish descent from 15th and 16th century, the time of the settling and occupation of Terceira Island, is a motive of deep reflection.